Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Breaking news for you at noon. A body that was found in a North Fargo hotel is under investigation by police. Thank you for joining us. I'm Melanie Palmer. Jordan Schreier has the day off. This is a live look at the scene now. A report for a found body came in around 11:20 this afternoon at the Woodspring Suites on 35th Street North. Officials on the scene tell us they do not believe the death is suspicious, but are continuing to investigate. The details are very slim at this time, but we have a reporter at the scene now working to gather more details. Stay with us here on Valley News Live for the latest. And we started off the first day of school for West Fargo students on a sunny but a little chilly note. And it sounds like we'll have a much different evening than what we started the day with. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green for the latest. Lisa?
Yeah, we started off with some sunshine and things have really changed since then. I wanted to show you a time lapse from this morning. Starting a little bit before 5 here, you can see a beautiful sunrise. And we had the sun for a few hours and then those clouds just took over, and that's what we're dealing with right now in the valley. So mostly cloudy skies, rain, and the potential for some strong winds as well. In fact, that's what we're seeing mostly throughout the valley is the wind. There are some spotty showers, and that's going to have an impact on temperatures. We're going to try to climb a few more degrees into the 60s today, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle with that strong westerly becoming northwesterly wind in the 20s with gusts even higher. So here's a look at your radar and satellite map now. The clouds have taken over. We've got some spotty showers. Notice it's not necessarily a widespread heavy amount of rain, but there are sprinkles, there are showers throughout the region, and some of us getting a little bit of accumulating rain in the valley, in the northern valley especially, but also into Lakes Country, and this could flare up a little bit more as we continue into the afternoon. Current temperatures 61 in Fargo, 60 in Grand Forks, some of us in the 50s, and we'll stay there. And check out these winds gusting into the 30s, and we have had some 40-mile-per-hour gusts. So we'll have more on all of this and a look on when we might see some more summer-like weather returning coming up in just a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Police in Moorhead are still on the hunt for the person involved in a stabbing that left one person with some serious injuries. The call came in just after 10 last night about a man with cuts to his face. It happened on the 1100 block of 18th and a half Street South. Police with guns drawn surrounded the apartment building and adjacent property to search for the suspect, but they didn't have much luck, and they're still looking for him at this hour. Police say they believe the suspect had been staying with the victim. We do not know the condition of the person who was hurt at this time. Meanwhile, over in West Fargo, police are still searching for a man who they say robbed a gas station there. His picture is up on your screen right now. Police are asking anyone who recognizes him to give them a call or leave a tip. West Fargo police say the man held up the Casey's on Cheyenne Street just after 7 a.m. yesterday. He's under 6 feet tall and has a slender build. Police say the man had a gun and left the store on foot with some money. Police are also asking anyone who lives in the area and has video surveillance of their property to check it out to see if it has any clues that could help them in this case. New information this afternoon surrounding a man who was found dead in Polk County. We now know a 47-year-old woman is facing a criminal vehicular homicide charge in connection with that man's death. Deputies say Friday afternoon they got a report of an assault on the 20,000 block of 420th Avenue Southeast. When they got there, they found 52-year-old Jonathan Neal Sundquist dead. Deputies now tell us 47-year-old Beth Rose Windas has been arrested in connection with this death. They originally told us a woman was found at the scene and was arrested for driving while intoxicated. Deputies confirm with us Windas was driving the car that hit and allegedly killed Sundquist. President Trump is back at the White House, returning overnight after wrapping up what he described as a successful G7 summit with fellow world leaders. Jeff Bennett has more.
President Trump returning to the White House Monday night after attending the gathering of world leaders at the G7 summit in the south of France. Mr. Trump wrapping up his trip with a joint news conference alongside the summit's host, French President Emmanuel Macron. The president in a mood to make a deal, signaling that trade talks with China are back on.
We were called, and we're going to start very shortly, to negotiate. We'll see what happens, but I think we're going to make a deal.
A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson now saying he's not aware of any phone calls with the president. But it's yet another shift in tone for Mr. Trump, now praising China's president as a great leader, just days after slamming him as an enemy.
Sorry, it's the way I negotiate.
The president also sounding hopeful about the prospect of a new nuclear deal with Iran, saying he'd be open to a meeting with Iran's president.
If the circumstances were correct or the right, I would certainly agree to that. I have very good feelings about it. I think that we're going to do something. It may not be immediately.
And the president continuing to make nice with Russia, raising the issue of readmitting Russia to the Group of Seven summit.
Inside the room is better than having them outside the room. My inclination is to say yes, they should be in.
While falsely attacking his predecessor.
He was outsmarted by Putin. He was outsmarted. President Putin outsmarted President Obama.
The group's other members have balked at welcoming back Russia, which was kicked out after it invaded and seized Crimea. Looking ahead to next year's gathering, hosted by the U.S., President Trump turned salesman-in-chief when pressed by Hallie Jackson over whether he'll hold it at his private resort in Doral, Florida.
Doral happens to be within Miami. It's a city. It's a wonderful place. It's a very, very successful area of Florida.
In addition to the increased tax on Chinese goods, President Trump is also urging Americans to start looking for an alternative to China. A family-owned honey farm in western North Dakota burned to the ground, resulting in millions of dollars worth of damage. Bowie's Honey Farm, located in Montreal County, caught fire on Saturday. The fire released gallons of product from their plastic holding tanks, forcing it to flow onto the ground throughout the property. Honeybees now swarm around where the hives once stood. Brian Bowie now plans on rebuilding the family business.
I'm a pioneer, first generation, and I have multiple generations following up behind me, and they rely on me for, they're going to take this over and they want to come run it, and I just can't give up now.
If you are interested in helping the Bowies, you can check out their GoFundMe page, which is up at the bottom of your screen right now. Spirit Airlines has some new solutions for communicating with travelers starting September 1st. The airline will allow travelers to book and change reservations via text message. The service will be available in English and Spanish through text messaging platform WhatsApp. Using text messages to book airline travel is not widely available yet, but other airlines, including Delta and United, are said to be exploring it as a part of their customer service. Coming up at noon, the fear of getting a concussion is stopping a lot of kids from playing football in school. How some doctors are working to change that narrative still ahead. But next, Lisa Green will be back with weather to help you plan your day.